Are you ready to embark on a journey of exploration and unlock the magic of your wonder? There is so much more in the universe than we have been shown. It is time to ask those questions, dissolve those barriers, and embrace your extraordinary life. Here is your fellow explorer in the realm of curiosity and discovery, with almost 20 years of inviting people to embrace the greatness of them, Donnielle Carter.
Hello and welcome everybody to the exploration of wonder. Sorry if I usually start the show chuckling because I have a good time with all of the people at Inspired Choices Network, where this show is actually broadcast from. So, welcome to the exploration of wonder. I am your host, your guide, your fellow wanderer, fellow explorer, Donnielle Carter. Who am I? I am a nationally board certified health and wellness coach, and I have been working in the realm of bodies for over 35 years. I know, you guys are going like, well, how? You're only like 35. Stop. No, just kidding. Keep going. But I've been working in the realm of bodies for over 35 years. Literally, and yes, I know what that word means. Because as mentioned on other shows, my mom was a nutritionist and she did her own health talk radio show. So at the age of 12, I started every weekend. I was producing her show, I was running the board, it was on broadcast radio stations. And I was listening and I was learning with all of my mom's guests and from my mother. And she was a font of information who still contributes to me every day. And so when I say I've been working in the realm of bodies for over 35 years, it's so true. Okay. Oh, and I'm also an intuitive empowerment coach, laughter-inducing change agent, because I know one of the quickest ways to change energy is the frequency and vibration of laughing. Laughing at is totally different than laughing with. And that's a whole other show. But when you're laughing with something, it actually invites change. Sends out a ripple frequency and a vibration that desolidifies things, okay? So why am I talking so much about bodies? Because if you've heard my other intros, I'm not always talking about bodies so much. Why am I talking about bodies a lot this time? Because it's about bodies. I know, shocking, but today is one of my favorite topics. And it's a topic that I actually spent years not believing and years of trying to prove it wrong, only to find that it's actually true. What's the topic? Do you know your body speaks to you? I think the actual title is Your Body Speaks to You, just a plain fact, but it is. It's like, do you know your body speaks to you? And I know where a lot of people go with this because when I say I've helped thousands of people with this topic, that's not another exaggeration. It's not exaggeration, it's true. In the over 20 years, I have traveled the world hosting classes, online, in person, private sessions about developing this body communication. Because when you communicate with your body, so much magic becomes possible. Okay. So, do you know your body speaks to you? And with all of the people that I've worked with over the years, what they usually come to is they go, well, my body hurts. And then they just kind of stare at me. Because I know we've not been taught that our body has any value. We have not been taught that our body is even on our side. We have not been taught to pay attention to our body, adore our body, be grateful for our body. We've been taught to hate our body. Anybody else? Right? And if any of you are like me, you were raised in a religious community that really didn't give any credibility or possibility to a body. As a matter of fact, I was raised in a religion where bodies were vilified dynamically. And it went beyond, that famous saying, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. I mean, how can we even look at bodies with statements like that? We're taught automatically to fight with our bodies, right? So, but in my religion, I was taught that we were here on earth, embodied with a body, to earn our way into heaven, where we got rid of our terrestrial meaning earthbound, right? Got rid of our terrestrial bodies and in really were able to be the light force and source and whatever and have knowledge and go everywhere and do everything and transcend this earthly realm of sin and corruption. And yes, I was taught that having a body was a test. Isn't that fun? No, it's not frickin' fun. I was taught that our body's time on earth was a test. And then, also part of that test, the more you suffer, the greater the rewards in heaven. So it's like the worse you do with the test, the greater the rewards in heaven. And I know so many people in my life and other people's lives who have really tried to embody this. And so they've created a body of pain and suffering. Yay! But the rewards in heaven will be better. No! See, one of my favorite tools, and one thing that we innately be, it's not new, but anything that is true for you will feel light. It'll expand your universe. And anything that's not true for you will contract and makes you feel heavy, okay? And so when I talk about this, your body being a test, and that the greater you suffer, the better the rewards in heaven, do you get excited? Do you pump your fists in the air? Woohoo! Do you clap and dance? No. No. Okay? That doesn't feel light, it feels heavy. Or do you want to go in the corner and rock and cry? Yeah. It's like, oh, why even bother? Oh, good. Well, my body hurts so much, at least I'll be better off in heaven. No. So, my friends, when I've asked people, do you know your body speaks to you? This is why so many of them, including myself at the beginning, go, well, my body hurts. And then just leave it at that. We have not been shown an example or really taught to explore the realm of bodies other than overcoming it and battling it. Okay? So please look at this, you guys. We have been taught to battle our bodies, that is out to get us. And my favorite, that it'll be the death of us. No. It might be the death of your body, which death with body is whole something else. But for this, just like you, the infinite being, doesn't die. Your soul, your spirit, you go on. Whatever it is, whether religion or belief system, even atheists, it's like we've been, and we are, and we will be. What that is, I don't exactly know yet. Hence the exploration of wonder, exploring the things we wonder about, right? But so we've been implanted with this point of view that our bodies will be the death of us, that our bodies are here to torture us. But what if they're not? Okay? What if they are actually here to contribute to us, to give us information, to facilitate us, and to help us actually thrive in this reality? Okay? What if embodiment is more than even just having a body? What if your body is the greatest tool of creation that you've ever done? And that's a big concept for some people, I get, because when I worked with a lot of these people, also I used to come up against this belief all the time that we don't own our bodies. Well, our parents made our bodies. We're just renting it. And that famous joke from that comedian who shall not be named anymore, but he used to joke in one of his stand-up routines, I brought you into this world, I can take you out. He said this as a father. And so we've been taught that our bodies are not our own, right? And even as a kid, it was like, I'm your mother was like, come here, and smudged whatever was off your thing. And you're like, no, I don't want to eat that. I don't want to go to sleep now. I don't want to do that. We were told, shut up, I know better. And so I'm bringing up a lot of this stuff, you guys, because so much of this is what we hit upon when I ask you the question, do you know your body speaks to you? We've not been taught to listen to our bodies. We just haven't. As a kid, how many of you looked at something, a food, let's say just something simple, food, few points of view about food, but something as simple as dinner, and you were taught to finish and clean your plate. Anybody else told to clean your plate? Like, eat the food on the plate. You can't leave until you eat the food. And you're like, but I don't want to eat anymore. And your mother or dad were like, I don't care. There's starving people in whatever country. Eat it. And we were forced to eat it. And what that did is it really chipped away at that listening to our bodies. Because more often than not, in times like that, when we were like, I don't want to eat anymore, it was our body going, I'm done. Thank you. Done. I don't need any more food. Or let's move on to the next course. Or let's go play. Let's go run for an hour. Then we can come back and finish. Or, whatever it was. But we weren't taught to acknowledge that. We were not taught to honor that. We were taught, finish it. Sit there and eat it and finish it. And so things like this, like I said, slowly chipped away at us, acknowledging our bodies, acknowledging the communication with our bodies, that our bodies had any value, and that we had to control our bodies, right? This is so much of what some of the fight with our body started. And one other thing that it really brought up in us is to not trust our bodies, to not trust ourselves, and to not trust the communication. Well, my friends, in this hour, we are going to talk a lot about how to develop that communication with the body and what it can actually contribute to you. And I do have some simple tips and tricks, because I always do, of how you can strengthen that communication with your body. Okay. And so one thing I want to talk about really quickly, before we go to any sort of break, is so many people try to start communication with their bodies. Again, like I said, I've worked with thousands of people. And over the years, they've been like, I tried to start communicating with my body and it just didn't work. It just didn't work. It felt kind of okay for a minute and then it just went nowhere. I don't get it. Like, why? I can't start it. I can't start it. See, my body doesn't talk to me. I don't listen to my body, or whatever. We can't communicate. I give up. One of the key words there is they tried to start. And I'm not talking about the word try. That's a whole other thing. But I'm talking about the word start. When you are communicating with your body, it's not something you can start. And I'm not saying this because you're beyond hope or because your communication with your body is beyond hope and it's like, forget it, you can't even start it, you're already failing. No, 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 no. You cannot start something you are already having, doing, and being. Okay? Which is why so many people had a hard time with that energy of, I can't start the communication. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I can't start this. You're right. You can't start it. You're already doing it. Okay? So please look at this. You cannot start communication because you already are communicating. So we're going to talk today about strengthening that communicating, rebuilding that trust, listening to the signals, knowing what to say to your body and when to say it. Okay? So you're right. You can't start. You can strengthen. All right? So I'm very excited. When we come back, we're going to start really into why communicate with your body. Why? What's up with that? How do you do it? And then I'll give you some tips and tricks on to make it and strengthen it and trust it with a lot of ease. All right. So I am Donnielle Carter. Like I always said, I'm Donnielle Carter. on the Exploration of Wonder show on Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
Ever feel like there's more to life than meets the eye? A sense of wonder just beyond your grasp? Are you ready to create a life that inspires you so much that each day you are excited to wake up and live it? Join Donnielle Carter, a nationally board-certified health and wellness coach, weekly as she explores the universe on the exploration of wonder. Explore everything from harnessing the power of your mindset to connecting with your intuition and harnessing the energetic forces around us. With a blend of humor, warmth, directness, and a dash of cheekiness, Donnielle shares easy-to-use, pragmatic, yet magical techniques you can implement immediately to infuse your life with wonder. Join us as we navigate the fascinating landscapes of the seen and unseen, and together create lives filled with joy, purpose, and boundless possibility.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Exploration of Wonder with your guide, Donnielle. To participate in this program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to hello@donnielle.com. Now back to the exploration.
Hello, welcome everybody back to the Exploration of Wonder. I am your host, your guide, and your fellow explorer. And whether you're listening or watching, and I love that there's a TV element now because it's kind of fun. I am so grateful that you joined me now in the future or wherever it is. All right. So today we're talking about body communication, one of my favorite subjects. You may wonder why. Because when I started listening to my body and really acknowledging the communication, my entire life changed. My entire life changed. Did my body change? Absolutely. Did my relationships change? Yep. Did my self-confidence change? Uh-huh. And did my money change? Yeah, it did. So this is why it's one of my favorite topics, is because I know through everything I've studied, explored, and facilitated in classes or sessions with over the years, I know that our bodies are here to help us, that they're not the jail, the prison that we were sold that it was. Okay? So let's dig into this. What does communication with your body look like? Well, first, let me ask you, what if your body has a consciousness of its own? Okay? For me, this is one of those, it was a weird topic. When I first started, it was a weird freaking topic. Because what do you mean your consciousness has, or your body has a consciousness of its own? People expect that it's like a zombie. Is that it's like if my body has a consciousness of its own, is it going to get up and walk away from me? No. I have yet to see a body get up and walk away from an infinite being. Okay. I love my zombie shows, so I'm kind of waiting for it, but I've never seen it. Your body having a consciousness of its own does not mean that it's going to get up and walk away from you. Okay. But what does a body having a consciousness of its own look like? Let me ask you a few more questions. So, truth, do plants have consciousness? Yeah, when we talk about consciousness, we tend to think of the way we as people view consciousness of thinking, speaking, that kind of stuff. But I'm just talking about, does it have connection to the universe? Does it have a frequency, a vibration? Does it have a ability to go towards the light, to sense danger, to go where things are good for them or stay away where things are bad for them? Do they have a connection to this amazing, miraculous universe that we're all in? Yeah. So do plants have a consciousness? Yes. Is anybody who has ever raised plants, grew plants, had plants, knows that it has been scientifically shown that when you send negative energy, hatred towards plants, they wilt and they die. But when you send positive energy, happiness, joy, gratitude, they thrive. And water. Please water your plants. Okay. And so does the earth have a consciousness of its own? Yeah. I've studied a lot of earth magic, earth sciences, whether it's shamanism, whether it's witchcraft, whether it's just earth is pretty cool and we're going to connect and give to it. Yeah. Earth has a consciousness of its own as well. And have you ever noticed that earth has a lot of elements to it? Things found on the periodic table of elements, right? Hydrogen, oxygen, metals, water with a few molecules put together, right? Have you ever noticed how similar your body is with the elements of Earth, this beautiful planet that we live on? Yeah. Your body is made up of metals, of dirt, of hydrogen, of oxygen. It's, yes, water, but it's made up of the same molecules that have all elements that have all this consciousness. So why wouldn't your body have a consciousness of its own? It does. It absolutely has a consciousness of its own. And in that way, it knows what's good for it, what's not good for it, what it requires, what it doesn't require, how it can communicate with you, how it doesn't communicate with you. And it is tapped in to all of the energies of the universe, energies of this planet, energy of you, the infinite being, the spirit, the soul that you are. Okay? So the key word in there is energies. Because when I talk to people about communicating with their body, and I even say have a conversation with your body, they try to have a verbal, correct sentence structure, communication, conversation with their body. It doesn't quite work that way. Okay? It would be cool, but it doesn't. Your body speaks energy, okay? Almost every show you've watched or listened with me, I'm going to say that word energy, because to me, energy is the key to so much. And your body communicates energetically. The earth communicates energetically, you communicate energetically, and the universe communicates energetically. We have to acknowledge this because so many of us have waited for our body to go, hello, how are you? How are you today, infinite being? That's lovely. Today, this is what the list of what I require. No, your body doesn't communicate in that way. Your body communicates energetically. Okay? So that is one of the first tips is please don't wait for your body to try to communicate you in proper sentence structure, a full-on fledged conversation, because it's just not going to happen. Your body communicates energetically. Okay? And I'm going to say that again and again and again and again and again until you're going to one day go, oh, my body communicates energetically. Now I get it. Okay? Took a while for me to get there. Because I love my words. I'm a writer. I'm a wordsmith. I created a class about energy of words. I wanted my words. And so when I really started exploring this, your body communicates energetically. I'm like, but I like my words. Well, you know what? Don't worry. Words have a place in this as well. Okay? So our body communicates energetically. What else does that mean? Well, what does it communicate? Okay? It's like, okay, I'm willing to go with a suspension of disbelief, Donnielle, right now, and I'll acknowledge that our body communicates energetically. Okay. We'll believe that for now and get back to it. What does it communicate? Why does it communicate? I'm glad you asked. So many people think and believe if they get to this point where it's like, okay, our body's communicating energetically, they go, well, okay, it communicates what it wants to eat, what it wants to wear, and who it wants to shag. Okay? So many people think it's the hat trick, which is, by the way, is the only hockey term I know is hat trick. And it's like 3 goals in a game or something, but it sticks in my head. They think it's like the hat trick of body communication. Eat, wear, and shag. And yes, your body does communicate to you what it wants to eat, what it wants to wear, and who it wants to shag. Absolutely. But my friends, that is just the tip of the iceberg. That is about a small percentage of the possible communication that your body could be contributing to you. Okay? And I said earlier in the show that what if your body is here to help you thrive? Okay? Hopefully that expanded your universe a little bit, made you go, that feels light, or like, I see the possibility in that. And if not, let's ask the question now. What if your body was here to help you thrive? Okay? So a complete 180 from what I was taught in religion, that your body is here, you're here with a body to overcome it, to suffer through it, to earn your rewards, and earn your place in heaven. But when we look at this, whether it's reincarnation or coming to choose to have a body or anything like that, what if we actually came here and gave ourselves the tools to have fun, to thrive, to unlock the mysteries, to help us discover what's going on and have an ease and joy along the way? Okay? So, what if our body is here to help us thrive? What if we ask the molecules to come together to form this amazing body? And we've just forgotten that. Because when I say this, what if your body helps you thrive? What if your body is here to help give you information? Because your body communicates not just eat, shag, and wear. Your body communicates energies around the world, which could show up as your body listening and give you information about other bodies, other infinite beings. Yes, about itself. It could also give you information about you, the infinite being. Okay? It can give you information about plants, animals, objects, radio waves, universes, seen and unseen, dimensions. If danger is near, there is so many things that your body communicates to you. And yet, if we do open the door to this possibility of our body communicating to us, we relegate it to just 3 simple eat, shag, and wear. Oh no, my friends. Your body's giving you constant information all the time. And I don't say this to scare you, but it's true. It's constantly giving you information all the time. It's kind of exciting as well. And it shows up in so many different ways. A quick little story. I was attending an energetics class in Costa Rica one time, and I got really grouchy. Don't let this smiling face fool you. I can do grouchy well. Okay. So I was doing grouchy. I was just like, ah. And my friend was like, what's your problem? I'm like, I don't know, I'm just mad. I didn't ask any other questions, but I was just grouchy, ornery, a little pissy. I just felt like I wanted to explode a little bit. And so at the lunch break, we're supposed to go to lunch, and my friend's like, hey, you want to go to the dining hall or whatever? I'm like, no, I'm just going to go sit in my room and be pissed off. She was like, all right, have a good time. You got to love energetic friends. I'm like, all right, have a good time. So I went back to our room, and I sat cross-legged in the middle of the bed and just be pissed off. I was just stewing for no real good reason. And then the chandelier started swinging. Now, my first thought was, I'm so pissed off. I am warping the fabric of the universe because look at this. The chandelier's moving. And then the building started shaking. And I went, We're having an earthquake. My body had been giving me the information that the earth was rumbling. Remember I said earlier I felt like I wanted to explode. Well, guess what? My body was giving me that information through being pissed off, through being ornery, through like feeling like I wanted to explode. It was letting me know what was going on for the earth. Okay? So that's a little teaser because when we're going to take our next commercial break, but when we come back, I'm going to get into more of how does our body communicate with us? Is it only when we're pissed off that our body says things to us? Nah, that's just how it showed up that time because I was kind of being very similar to the energy of the earth of like, I'm going to explode, right? And I was rumbling because the earth was rumbling. And I was perceiving it, my body was perceiving it before I could cognitively think about it. Okay? So when we come back, we're going to go more into what else it looks like. And so thank you for joining me. And if you do ever want to if you feel like I have something to contribute to you and you want to do a private session, please do check it out. I have so many different types of packages and fun things, including a new one called 90 Days to Actualize, Getting It Done. So do check that out on my website, Donnielle.com. And until then, thank you for watching or listening to the Exploration of Wonder on Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
Ever feel like there's more to life than meets the eye? A sense of wonder just beyond your grasp? Are you ready to create a life that inspires you so much that each day you are excited to wake up and live it? Join Donnielle Carter, a nationally board-certified health and wellness coach, weekly as she explores the universe on the exploration of wonder. Explore everything from harnessing the power of your mindset to connecting with your intuition and harnessing the energetic forces around us. With a blend of humor, warmth, directness, and a dash of cheekiness, Donnielle shares easy-to-use, pragmatic, yet magical techniques you can implement immediately to infuse your life with wonder. Join us as we navigate the fascinating landscapes of the seen and unseen, and together create lives filled with joy, purpose, and boundless possibility.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Exploration of Wonder with your guide, Donnielle. To participate in this program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to hello@donnielle.com. Now back to the exploration.
Hello. Welcome back to the Exploration of Wonder with me, Donnielle, your host, your guide, and your fellow explorer to things that make us wonder. Okay, so today we're talking about bodies and the body communication. Again, one of my favorite topics. It has been such an honor to help thousands of people with this over the years. Because to me, it is one of the keys to thrival, to really thrive and enjoy ourselves in this reality. Because we're here, we might as well enjoy it. Okay? So, before the break, we were talking about why would our body communicate to us? And now we're going to talk a little bit about how. Okay? So I'm going to say again, our bodies speak energy. The universe speaks energy, we speak energy. We energetically communicate with things all the time. Have you ever had that when you're like looking for your keys or you've misplaced something and you're like, oh my gosh, please tell me where you are. And you're like, oh, it's here. Your body has the same ability. Okay. So as I said before the break, your body gives you information about itself, about you, about other bodies, about other souls, infinite beings, other frequencies, earths, animals, inanimate objects. It's a good thing I don't talk for a living, right? And so much more. I gave the example before the break of when my body let me know an earthquake was about to happen. Not because I had to run from the hills, just because it could. So that's one of the other things before we get into a lot of the hows that I really want to emphasize is we have also relegated communication with our body to the emergencies. It's like, oh, well, if your body was telling you about an earthquake, it's because you needed to run from the hills. No. Your body will communicate to you things just because they're there. They don't have to be significant. They don't have to be an emergency. It's just occurring off in the world. When we created our bodies and asked it to give us information, we didn't say, but only tell me the emergency things, only tell me the significant things. We just told it, tell us things. And it is. Okay. And so this to me is one of the places that pain comes in. Okay. Because, in the description of the show, it talks about what if pain is not the only successful communication with your body, because it's not, but it is the loudest way your body talks to you. Because have any of you ever had your body hurt? I'm going to assume everybody said yes, okay? That your body at some point in time was in pain, was hurt somehow, okay? So let's say something's going on, your body goes, hey, look at this over here, look at this hurts, or whatever. And you're like, it's not significant enough, I'm not listening. And so we go through this thing where the body says, please do this, look at this, have this, we're ignoring it. So the body turns it up. It gets louder, it gets more intense, and then we ignore it, or we finally pay attention to it, but most of the time we ignore it. Because what happens when our body hurts? Like, let's take a common one. If you have a headache, if your body has a headache, what do? You stop. You pay attention. And sometimes you even ask a question like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Or why is this happening? Is it different? Not quite a question, but at least it's a stop. And you're paying attention to your body finally. So your body, yes, will communicate to you in pain, but usually only after we've ignored it a long time. Like, I had a buddy of mine who, at the start of the year, he's like, I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to do this. And so he got one of those Peloton bikes, and he's like, I'm going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And then he ended up pinching a nerve, throwing out his back a little bit. And I'm like, he's like, I can't believe my body didn't tell me. I'm like, did your body really not tell you anything before? And he's like, oh, you mean like every time I got off the bike that my body said it should cool down and stretch out before I just went on my merry way? I'm like, yeah, like things like that. And he's like, no, I didn't pay attention to that. And so when he didn't pay attention to his body going, please do a cool down, please stretch and cool down those muscles, the muscles seized on him, which created this back pain and all of this kind of stuff, and put him out for weeks. But he paid attention, which is why he said pain is your body's loudest attempt to talk to you. So the exciting thing about this whole exploration of your body communicating to you, the more you listen to your body, it's possible the less pain you'll have, because your body then doesn't have to get it so loud for you to listen. So the more you listen to your body, the less it has to scream. How exciting is that? I find it fantastic. Okay? So how does your body communicate with you? Your body communicates to you in sensations or feelings. Okay? So really quickly, feelings and emotions are not the same thing. We try to make them as an interchangeable thing, but they are not. Okay? Emotions are happy, joy, sad, angry. We emote. Look up the keyword. It's like an emote. We're emoting things. Feeling, if you look up the original definition of feeling, is a tactile sensation. Hot, cold, rough, smooth. Your bodies feel. They don't have emotions. Okay? So your bodies feel. So your body can communicate to you with feelings. Your body is cold. The body will give you shivers. One time I was walking down the streets of New York, And all of a sudden it was late at night. Later at night, we had gotten to see a play and we were walking down the road. And I started feeling tingly. My body was tingling. And I'm like, I think we need to get off the street. So I told my friend, I'm like, let's grab a cab and go home. And she's a native New Yorker. And we get in the car and she's like, why did you want to get off the road? I'm like, I don't know. My body just started tingling. It felt like we should get off the road. And she's like, oh, I thought you knew that the club started the next block. And so it was kind of a dangerous place. I'm like, oh, no. But my body did. My body was picking up those frequencies and those vibrations of the clubs and the kinetic energy. And it was like, I'm going to make it tingle because we want to get off the streets. Okay. So it can do it through feelings, not emotions. And this is where pain comes in. Pain is a feeling. Have you ever noticed that? You get a lot of feels with pain. All right. How else can your body communicate to you? It can actually communicate to you with words. They can flash across your mind's eyes. Okay. It's not going to be a full sentence, but your body can give you words across your eyes. Okay. It can also give you images. The first time my body ever gave me an image, it was, I'm like, body, what would you like to eat? And it showed me the picture of the leftover Thai food in the fridge. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Let's do that. So your body can give you images as well. It can also, and one of my favorite ways that I think is kind of fun with all of this is your body can also give you tastes in your mouth. Have you ever had like memories of a really warm, fuzzy thing, like Christmas or something mom used to make, or your favorite coffee? And so when you ask your body, like, hey, what would you like? Would you like this? And you can taste it. That is one of your body's ways of communicating to you. Okay? It's like, oh yeah. And sometimes it's not a specific, like, oh, it's that one flavor of coffee that's just amazing, or oh, it's my mom's oatmeal cookies or anything like that. Sometimes it's just a salty or a sweet flavor or taste. That's also your body's way of communicating to you, right? And then you can also do yes, no's, light heavies, muscle testing, anything like that, because your body will communicate to you in that way as well. Because these are all tools that we use to interpret the energetic communication. Because at the base of all of this is still that energetic communication, all right? And I bring up that energetic communication once again because the last of the list, and this is a shortened list, there are infinite numbers of ways your body can communicate to you. I'm just bringing some of these out so that you can have more of a cognitive awareness about it. But one of the last ways I love making sure that people know that their bodies communicate with them is through what I call knowing. Has anybody ever uttered the phrase, I just know? Well, how did you know that? I just knew it. How did you know which way to go? I just knew. We all know. We all have that ability to pick things up in the universe, or I used to flex it all the time by being in a foreign airport that I didn't know the language and go, which direction do I go? And you just knew the right direction. So you can also just know. You can have successful communication with your body and not have any of these other things, but you're like, I just know that my body wants sugar right now. I just know that my body wants Thai food right now. I just know that my body wants to not sleep with that person. Back to that, right? Because who has sex with that body? You or your body? Your body does, so please include it. All right. We're getting ready for our last break, which is amazing. And but I hope you're beginning to see where this communication with your body is energetic. And all of these things that is telling you, I've given you some examples of when I was coming up to danger, or when the earthquake was happening, or anything like that. You notice this isn't yet about food, wear, or shag. Yeah, because again, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's great things to practice on, and I'm going to get to one of them during the next segment. But it's really just be like, your body's communicating so much more to it than how it feels or what it requires in the moment. Okay, so I'm bringing this up just to help you begin to explore this, because this is truly a huge topic. I'm not exaggerating when I said I've taught 3 to 5 day workshops just on body communication. So this is truly the tip of the iceberg. It's to tease you to start exploring this and to really embrace your body as the creation partner that we've made it to be for us here. All right, so we're going to go to our break. I am Donnielle Carter, and you are watching or listening to the Exploration of Wonder on the Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
Ever feel like there's more to life than meets the eye? A sense of wonder just beyond your grasp? Are you ready to create a life that inspires you so much that each day you are excited to wake up and live it? Join Donnielle Carter, a nationally board-certified health and wellness coach, weekly as she explores the universe on the exploration of wonder. Explore everything from harnessing the power of your mindset to connecting with your intuition and harnessing the energetic forces around us. With a blend of humor, warmth, directness, and a dash of cheekiness, Donnielle shares easy-to-use, pragmatic, yet magical techniques you can implement immediately to infuse your life with wonder. Join us as we navigate the fascinating landscapes of the seen and unseen, and together create lives filled with joy, purpose, and boundless possibility. This is the Exploration of Wonder with your guide, Donnielle. To participate in this program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to hello@donnielle.com. Now back to the exploration.
Hello, welcome back to the Exploration of Wonder with me, Donnielle, on the Inspired Choices Network. And I'm sorry, every time I hear the rejoinder and it says hello@donnielle.com, which is the email if you want to get a hold of me is I just, hello, so I want to wave, hello. But it is, if you ever want to send an email, a show suggestion, or get in contact with me for any reason, please do email hello@donnielle.com. You can also go to my website, donnielle.com. All right, so communicating with your body. Yay! We've explored a lot about what it could look like, why we'd even want to do it, that our bodies are here to help us thrive, and how do we strengthen it? Because remember, I said at the beginning, you can't start it, you're already doing it. So how do we strengthen it? All right, so one of the things I'm inviting you to do is make sure you are talking to your body. Okay, just really quickly, if you say, I'm hungry, you're not talking about your body. If you say, my body is hungry, you're actually addressing your body. And I get that you might sound like you don't want to walk around and go, hi, my body's hungry, can we go to dinner? If you hang out with me, you hear it a lot and we're weird. But what I'm saying is when you start asking questions, you want to say, hey, instead of, am I hungry? Because you're not talking to your body, you want to address your body. Body, are you hungry? Body, what would you like to wear? Body, what are you telling me? Body, so you want to get into this practice of saying or thinking body, because the communication doesn't have to be audible because it's all energetic. See where I'm going with this? All right. So, body, what do you want to wear? Where do you want to sit? Where do you want to go? Things like that. Okay. Body, body, body. And one of the other things is, and this is frustrating, I get for some people, is a lot of people want to do a check mark box of this is how my body communicates to me, and we're done. It's not that simple, because your body communicates to you in so many different ways. If you noticed, when I gave you that partial list of taste, images, words, knowing, feelings, all of that kind of stuff, I gave you lots of examples. Well, your body does that as well. One time your body could give you a feeling. The next time it could give you an image. The next time it could make you feel nauseous, which is one of my favorite stories, but we don't have time for that one. But your body will give you information in so many different ways. So you have to remain in the question of how it is communicating to you. So it is not now I know how to communicate with my body, I'm done. Because in life, you want to ask questions about everything. You by nature are a question because nothing ever good was revealed. Nothing ever was furthered by going, oh, that's just how it works. No. We go, how else can this work? So how else can your body communicate with you? Okay, you have to remain in that question. So when you get successful communication, go, oh, that's one of the ways. And what else? Okay, so please keep that information going. Information from your body can also shift and change because your body is constantly like a radio getting information from all sorts of different sources. All right. And so when you are receiving information from your body, that information can change. It does not mean you heard wrong, that you didn't have successful communication. All it means is that the information changed. The first time I really explored this, I was at the gas station and my body is like, oh my gosh, salt, chips, please give me chips. And so I got some, and then I ended up leaving it in my car because by the time I got home, I had forgotten about it because my body had received the energy from the salt and the chips and all that kind of stuff. So it's not that I didn't successfully communicate with my body. It was that I already got it, so I forgot it. Okay, but a lot of people go like, see, I thought my body wanted chips and it didn't. It did. Information changes. That's the big takeaway from that. So what I would like and invite you guys to do is take 24 hours and acknowledge successful communication with our bodies. Because time is not real. You can actually go back through time and be like, hey, you know what? My body didn't want to sleep with that person. Or you know what? My body didn't actually want to wear that. And I was uncomfortable all day long. Yeah, because your body was saying, please don't wear that, please don't wear that, please don't wear that. And when we ignored that, that's when we started down the other path. But the good thing is that when you now embrace that and acknowledge that and not judge it, that's the key, is you can't judge, I was an idiot. No, but acknowledge the successful communication, you get to show up now better, stronger, and more potent with your communication. Okay. And when I mean all successful communication, I mean everything, even things that you think are automatic. Okay. Because it's like, how often do you know when you need to pee? That is successful communication with your body. How many times have you stood up and moved around because your body was uncomfortable? Guess what? Successful communication with your body. Okay? So even things that you want to say are those just automatic. They're not. They are successful communication with your body. The more you acknowledge it, the more you strengthen it. So those times when it's quiet, when it's subtle, you recognize the energies more and it's louder. Okay? Please practice this, you guys. I have so many tips and tricks, but do that first, taking 24 hours of successful communication. You'll be surprised how much successful communication you actually have. Because remember, you can't start it. All you can do is strengthen it. All right? So I'm hoping you begin to see how brilliant of a creation your body is and how it's here to help you thrive in this reality. All right? So, hope you enjoyed. Please listen to this again because there was a lot of information shared and a lot of energies. And I'm sure sometimes your body will get loud while listening to this because your body's like, they're listening. Download information now. Okay. So, this will not be the last time we talk about this topic. Again, it's one of my favorites. All right. So, just to give you a quick little, next week is going to be about, are you lost in the past or the future? Which is a really fun one. And what happens when you are. All right. So I have this thing called Body Bit Chat, which is a daily email of communication from your body. It's free. We'll put the links down in here somewhere. I hope you sign up for that. And if I can ever contribute anything to you, please do reach out at hello@donnielle.com. But you have been listening to the Exploration of Wonder with me, Donnielle, and I hope that you'll explore with me again next week. Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
Thank you for exploring with us today. Donnielle returns Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Pacific. Until then, be curious, be wonder, and explore the magical universe around you.